things out. Can you guys see the screen? You see a chart of Facebook. Okay, let me see. Really? I have the ES chart open, futures open actually. Cool, cool. Let's just wait to see if anyone else joins, and we'll go from there. Let me write in our group. Sorry guys, it took me a while to figure this out. It used to be easier to do YouTube live to share your screen, but now they gotta make you use Google Hangout. So it's like you gotta go through a few passageways to get to this point. See if anyone else joins, and we'll start soon. I guess let's do an Amazon. We'll do QQQ, and then we'll do like a few stocks that you guys are interested in looking at, and we'll go over them together. See if anyone else joins. Let's start in like a minute. Alright, let's do this. Let's just start. This first time doing it. Alright. So, what's up, everybody? Hope everyone is having a good Monday night. Let's get to work. Let's look at what we did on QQQ on Friday, just so we understand why we made the trade, and we'll go from there. Let's try to spot out why we did the trade and what we were seeing. Alright, I'm going to pull up the chart. Here's QQQ. Let's look at Friday. Let's isolate this chart to Friday. So this was Friday. We opened here, and I believe we started a short, if I'm correct, around here, this area. Yo, it was right here. So we did, I believe, what is this? We did, so we shorted QQQ here because a few reasons. So we gapped up, and then we started fading as we have been lately. When we started fading, we drew a channel that was headed downward. So started a channel here to here and just followed along. We noticed the volume right here. I had posted this intraday that the volume was increasing while the candles were dropping harder and harder. So that was already a sign that sellers were in control, and we were unable to break the 176 resistance right here. So that was a red flag that we couldn't go higher. You see the volume here? The volume pushed it, but then there was not enough buyers to push it above resistance, which was a red flag. So we broke down, hit the channel, kept going down, and then I had a support area right here above this highlighted area. And what happened was I drew another channel here because it created like a more violent channel downward. So you want to play this trend and you want to play this trend. And this trend turned out to be very profitable. So what happened was we broke down here, a lot of volume, as you can see, increasing right here, increasing, and we held up here. Held here, held here, held here. It broke down here, and then it popped. So we wanted to short here, but we want to see what happened next. So we got this candle. Then we try to climb, but you see the low volume, they couldn't lift it, and then it sold off. So then over here and right here is when we decided to take the short real quick. I believe it was here, or it was here somewhere. But as you can see, once it broke down this area, it dropped dead basically. No buyers at all. And that's when it was fast and furious, and we covered our short right here at 173 area, and that was that. As you can see, the volume right here, if you're following along, the volume started increasing each time it dropped, creating a momentum downward. And then we covered right here, not because we saw this candle, but just because the 173 area I had marked as a support level. So and as you can see what happened, it bounced, it broke down a little bit more, but then it rallied up. That's kind of what we basically did Friday. And this is Amazon. Amazon, we did the same thing following QQQ. Let's figure out where we are on this chart. So we start here, we hit resistance on SPY. as well. QQQ SPY right here started falling, and I believe we started the short right here at the 1780, a level that we've been trading a lot with. Um, we started drawing the channel out to see, the directional move that we might get. So what happened was just basically following QQQ and SPY. So in regards to Amazon, when we got to the 1780 area right here, it broke right here, and that's when I said to jump into the puts, the 1760 puts, and just right away, boom, boom, no buyers at all. They're full red candles, as you can see. Let me zoom in. Full red candles, full red candles, full red candles. And we covered right at the 1760 mark in case reversal. As you can see, this reversal bar with volume. Let me highlight it for you guys. Right here, right here. Reversal volume, confirming with the candle, and it hits our support level, so it's a good cover. So we covered right away. But as you can see, the volume started increasing as we dropped again. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But then buyers came in and bought it up, and that's when we basically closed out the trade. Right? We didn't even wait for the candle. That's what I mean. That's what we mean when we say, you gotta take profits at resistance levels or support levels when you're buying calls or buying puts. And then I think that was it for Friday. Let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying, because I can't see the chat while I'm on Thinkorswim. Okay. You guys have any questions so far regarding Amazon or what's happening with QQQ? Just type your message in the YouTube chat. Okay, Benjamin is good. Anyone else got questions in regards to what I just explained in regards to QQQ and Amazon and why we took those trades? And yeah, it was a great lotto idea with Amazon. QQQ was just easy because basically lately, once the market's broken down or gone up, everything usually follows. So it's been a pretty simple trade. It's much harder to pick a unique stock out of a bunch just because the bunch is following overall markets like SPY and QQQ. But anywho, you guys have any tickers of interest? If you do, just type in the YouTube chat and we'll go over it one by one. All right, NVIDIA. Oscar wants to see NVIDIA. All right, NVIDIA. Let's see what you guys are saying. In case I miss it. Cool, cool. All right, so this is NVIDIA. As you can see there, I have a lot of lines there. It's old lines of interest, resistances, supports. Let's take a look at this. So on the daily, the 3-month daily, we are right around here supporting this bar basically. The low was what, 227.7. This is 227.07. On the daily wise, you can see from here the volume bought it all the way up and then it just died with the market. And then volume started increasing on the drops. Low volume green day here. You see it? Low volume green day. And then just fast and furious drop right here. High volume, high volume. Try to pick it up. Got shut down again. And here we are today. So let's zoom in to like the 4-hour. Alright. So right now on the 4-hour, you can see the high volume bars are usually at the open. Usually the open has the most volume. They opened up the other day at around the 334 level. Try to hold it. Try to make a rally, failed. Try to make a rally, failed again at the same level at 250. You could say right here. You see this level, resistance, resistance, and it just collapsed. Broke down this low right here of 234, and now we are at about 227. There was some volume on this bar. Low volume drop, couldn't bring it lower. Another increased volume, but no direction as you can see. Buyers or sellers, they met at the middle. And then we closed at the middle too. So according to, this 4-hour time frame, there's some support here at 227. And in regards to MACD, momentum wise, it is oversold and it is trying to make a run, but as you guys seen, the market's not being very friendly to much, really. Today was a very choppy session as it's been. Let's look a little deeper. Let's look into the hourly. The hourly, this hourly might give us a better outlook of where the levels are. So last week we were hovering around the 338 area as a support and bouncing off, but we opened up Friday with a breakdown, and now today we try to support the breakdown. So let's zoom in on Friday and today. So it was pretty ugly action. You see this big volume drop, but then buyers came in right here at the bottom of 228. The next hourly they kept supporting it, supporting it. Today we opened up underneath that area, but we popped right back up. But as you can see right here, if you guys can learn how to read candles, sellers came in to sell this area. And then we basically almost retested the low of the day. Well, this bar. Let's see. In regards to the daily, if the markets do rally, we can probably see us get like right here, this area. So let's zoom in on this area. So like at the bottom of this candle, which is about 241. 241. Let's zoom in into like the 30-minute. 241 around here. So this is the related kind of action we want to see. So from here, first we want to see us get over 234. And then after the 234, you want to see us get over here to 239, 240. And resistance wise, it doesn't look like there's much above it really until like 246, 250. But the way the market's going, I don't know if anything's got that momentum to push that much higher right now. But let's see where it could drop if we go under current levels. So we are at 231. 31. Let's zoom in on this stuff. 31 is around right here. So 231. Sorry guys, a lot of fucking lines. You guys might not, be able to read my lines since they're my lines, and perhaps I understand how my charts look, but we try to do the best we can. So on the 231, we said we had 227 to hold up, which is right around here. As you can see, on the 227, we could potentially drop to here. Let's highlight it. Where's the highlight box? So this 227, we could potentially drop all the way to about 214. See that? So let's look over here. 231. Below it is what? It's 221. So anything under 227. At 221, 214. This is what might happen if we break down. And then you can see over here, earlier this year was some support. Highlight it. So we are in danger of seeing 219 area if we break down to 227. But how I've been telling you guys to trade is just look at SPY. This is pretty useful. Let's take a look at this. Let's compare the moves with major indices. Let's go with the 3-day. And then, alright, so charts are a little bit, as you can see, a little tight. A lot of shit going on. So let me try to clear it up. Pretty new drawings. Yeah. I like to use this. If you're a Thinkorswim user, if you click on charts, flexible grid, you can take a look at multiple stocks at a time without switching over and over to each chart. Setting. No. There we go. So let's take a look at NVIDIA. Day 30. Alright, so as you can see, if you compare QQQ, SPY, and NVIDIA, why we've been saying to like track SPY and QQQ is because basically everything has been following the general market direction. So as you can see over here, this is on October 18th. If you just compare both charts, you can see the similar patterns. We dip all the way here, then we rally a little bit into the close, but barely. Same thing here. We opened higher on the 19th, and we just dropped. And then this is today. We opened, we popped, then we faded, then we faded. So everything's really just following general market. And if you're trying to trade NVIDIA, you should also use SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF. So let's try comparing them together actually. NVIDIA and SMH. I guess we can move this over for now. Look at this. Nearly identical. So whatever you see in the video is you'll probably see in SMH. Because NVIDIA is the leader of SMH. Um, NVIDIA, the NVIDIA does look like it broke lower than SMH did, as you can see here. The low here was 94.67, 94.75, 94.68. So it's actually holding this level right here, SMH. So 94.75. But while let's clear these lines up for you guys. But as you can see in the video, it needed to hold this area, 334. Broke here, and now we are under the video support of this area. Alright. So let's take a look at the volume with the F and SMH. Similar action in both. But then there was a high volume drop under support here, while SMH held. So NVIDIA actually was weaker than the other SMHs. I mean the other semis, I would assume. Not too sure. Haven't been looking at NVIDIA too often lately. Alright, so let's do a summary of NVIDIA. NVIDIA, you have the ability that it holds this 227 area. Let's do a new drawing for you guys. Alright. Ideally, it holds this 227 area that it made in the last 2 days. Your ultimate goal, if you were to buy calls here, hold the 227, get back above 234, and then your goal would be to at least build this area, this big candle, which is around 245. What else can I do? So let's even do a fib. So how you do a fib, guys? I know some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know. So how to do a fib is you get your fib drawing out and you basically click the top of the trend. So, and there's no time frame to the trend, meaning like you could do it on any time frame, but you need to make sure it has a trend, a pattern. So this trend right here, this, say this is the low, and this is the trend. So the trend started here. The high was 292.76, and you draw your retracement all the way to the bottom. The low is 227.07. So that's your fib. So what they say about fibs is the most important levels to know on a fib is 38, 50, and 61. So let's do this. Say we bought the calls at 227. We are assuming it holds. We're assuming MACD makes a climb up and volume supports it back up, and markets hold steady in the meantime. While maybe we see some RSI action climb. According to the fib, we want to be at 252, 259. Let me show you guys something. So fibs are not always right, just like any other tool you use. Like no tool is foolproof, but let's just mark these levels. As you can, meaning let's mark these fib levels. You can see that this 11% level, you can see we have a level there. So that's corresponding to what we're, thinking. So there's the 23% here. I mean, I guess it's close enough to our 245. Not really, but let's move on to the 238. So I like, when using a fib, I like to use levels where it corresponds in relation to old areas. So you can use this as an old area, which is a 252 area. You see how it corresponds to 238. So say the market rallies, you would take some profit here at the 32%, like a trim, and then you got your 50% here at 260. Let's say. Let's see if 260 rings a bell. So yeah, we got 260 here, basically 260 here, 260 here. So there's another area of resistance. And I see a 61. 61 is like 268. But you can see some resistance here, 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 here. So 61% also works. So let's just go over again. So how to draw a fib. Beginning of the trend to the end of the trend. And then you use the percentages to see either how much it rallies back up or how much it fades. In this case is how much can it rally back up from 0%. So you're eyeing the 38, 50, and the 61%. So hypothetically, if we were to enter a trade, if the market, held and pushed, then we could easily see the 38 to 50 to 61% via, a few weeks out calls. But so right now the ultimate goal would technically be go back to hourly. We need this 227 level to hold. If it breaks down, maybe see you at 218 as we saw earlier. If we could push back above 334, easily see ourselves back at like 245 area. This area. Highlight it for you guys. See the resistance? This 245 area, give or take. Let me take a look at the options flow real quick. See if there's any action going on there. Alright guys, it's loading. As far as options flow is concerned, there's a lot of 240 calls bought today for $1.43 at the 240 strike ending today calls. And there was a lot of selling of the November 16 275 calls. So what does that suggest? What that suggests is I'll take a screenshot of this and send it to Slack. Hang with me there. Okay, where is whoops. That's a message. So I just posted the options activity on Slack. If you guys take a look real quick with me. So in regards to NVIDIA, as you can see, they sold November 16 275 call, suggesting they don't think it'll get there by that expiration. So meaning they'll collect that dollar premium by expiration. And you can see one trader picked up lots of fucking contracts. Then you got the December 18 to 20 puts. That was highly traded. That's in the money or close to the money at this point. That's another worrisome trade. They're using long expiration puts, so not good. And then you got January 200 puts, another not very good trade, since you can see they're paying a high price for it. It's not a cheap contract that they're trading. And then if you guys see those 230 puts, December in the money, which is worrisome too. So according to the data, let me go back to that. According to the data, doesn't look very good. That's what it's saying. So ideally, probably no trade on Nvidia, honestly, unless we get some sort of catalyst. So let's go back to the Nvidia chart one last time, just to go over what might happen then. So this is Nvidia right here. If Nvidia breaks down this 227 level, which traders are basically sort of betting again on, we will probably see Nvidia. Let's go back to this area, this chart part of the chart. We will probably see Nvidia under 217, which would mean no 227. Sorry. Let's highlight this to make our lives easier. Here's 227, and here's the action under 227. So under 227, we should expect to see us break down to here, 22, and here at 214 area, 213. Let's go with 213. So this would make those 220 call puts, those 230 puts in the money. So it's definitely a risky trade right now in Nvidia. Options flow not supporting it. The chart wise, we have some support here, but it's yet to be tested. We just created this the last 2 days. If SPY, this is SPY. Let me make a new drawing set for you guys. If SPY continues to break down and we retest these two bars right here, then I think you'll definitely see Nvidia start breaking down under 227. So this is here we are on SPY. We are at 275, and we could potentially retest these two areas. So let's mark it up, since I made a new drawing set for you guys. So we got 272.18 area, and then you got the low of 270.36. So let's connect the dots. If SPY continues to fall back down to retest this candle and this candle, then Nvidia should probably break down, and those guys who traded the 220 puts, 230 puts will start making some pretty nice bank. And they're using long expiration to avoid any of the noise, like the pops that keep getting faded. So I guess that's your trade on Nvidia. No trade, or just short the tops. But in my opinion, lately we've just been saying to just trade small and be intraday, guys. So let's mark up SPY 274.35. So break down 274.35. We have a problem, as you can see. Let's zoom in. You see how SPY held this? But if tomorrow we break under 274, which we are, if you take a look right here, the bid and the ask is already under 274. So we have a problem, Houston. Houston, we have a problem, guys. So under 274, most likely to see 272 right here. Under 272, then below 270. Pretty simple trade idea right here. Break down this, see this, see this. And basically you're testing the second lows right here and then the ultimate low right here. And then a huge problem if we break under this low. This is where the volume supported, as you can see here. Let me highlight it. See this big volume bar and this candle shape? It was bought up. So what we've been saying lately is we need a retest lower from here down here in order to push back up. You guys have any other tickers? You guys tired yet? Or any other questions regarding SPY or NVIDIA? As I wait your messages on YouTube, I guess let's just take a look at SPY. So this was SPY today. SPY chart today was a piece of shit. There was maybe 2 trades, and then after that there was nothing else. We obviously didn't catch the 2 trades. And then we tried trading around here and here, which was garbage. Didn't do much for us. And then we just decided to end the day. As you can see from here, that's from here to here, nothing happened. We stayed in a tight area. Dump, pump, dump, pump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. Like, you can't make money really doing this unless you're just trading a few cents, like nickeling and diming it. But that's a bit tough for us to give out to you guys because some of you guys aren't, full-time traders, and some of you guys click on day trades and get fucked because you're not paying attention, especially in this environment. Say you buy a call right here, you barely make money here, and then boom, faded. There's no money in that. The only money was in the morning right here. We opened here, popped up, faded, closed here, and then bam. So what this red line represents is the 5-minute low, you see? And what this green yellow line means is the 15 and the 5-minute high. Let me just check in on any questions. That's a good question, Benjamin. I'll go over that in a sec. Another well, I wonder how you would see which part of the volume was sale. Are you talking about the chart or are you talking about the options flow I posted, Ben? Wow, I got a response from you in the YouTube chat box. I'll continue with buy. So what the 5 minute and the 15-minute strategy is, whatever a 5 minute opens at, if it breaks down, you short it. So technically, say there's a 5 minute. Once it broke down around here, you short it, and the rest was history. Or if it goes above the 5 minute, you buy calls. But it's not a foolproof trading method. It's just another tool in the toolbox that you could try using and see how it works, see if it fits, your trading style. So the only two trades this morning was like short here, write it down to the 274, cover, buy calls, push. It was a pretty crazy push. I actually tried to get us in calls, like around down here, but by the time I was even able to type it out for you guys, as you can see, this big green bar, and then just flew up fast, and then sold down fast again. So it was just too much, too fast, too choppy. We tried shorting this, but we closed it because I noticed how, look, all these volume right here, not a full red candle, so it shows some buyers. Pretty good volume here. Candles bought up, bought up, bought up, bought. There's a tail to each one of these, so you could tell that it wasn't all sellers today. It was some buyers, and they were showing up in heavy volume from here to here. And then they eventually pumped it up, and then they got faded again. And then after this part right here, after 11 o'clock Eastern time, nothing really happened, which is why it was such a boring shit day. But yeah, short, tried it. We were a little late on the short, and then the candles didn't really close in our favor. So we closed it. Tried to buy the calls right here, but it pumped up super fast. By the time I would have been able to even post it, it would have been, you guys probably would have been like, oh, it's out of range already, blah blah blah. But yeah, and I didn't want you guys chasing it, so I'd rather not post it. So say we chased it here. I mean, there was some money, but you know, you eventually get faded right here. Not, it's not ideal moves. Oh yeah, to answer your question, Benjamin, usually, so the bid side is usually the sell side, so people sold the options. And if it's labeled on the ask side, is usually on the buy side. Simple way to explain this is, say Amazon, you're very bullish on Amazon, so you want the calls. Usually, if you think Amazon's gonna go up and you're, very bullish, you would pay the ask side. While the bid side would be selling, is because on the sell side, you just want to sell, get contracts to sell. So usually you would the terminology is confusing. Usually you would what's it called? Fill a buyer's sell put it simply, the bid side is the sell side because it's just the opposite of the ask, really. So you're trying to sell someone's contract, basically. While the ask side is you're trying to fill your order. Is a bullish. Yeah, sorry guys, it's a little complicated to explain, but I think you guys can understand. I had a tough understanding of bid and ask when I first started. Well, I didn't understand how you sell options before, like sell premium. But anywho, let's do a rundown of let's do a rundown of SPY, so whoever's here, can kind of feel out what the hell is gonna happen to us tomorrow. From what it looks like, futures are looking shit. Futures are down 73%. When I say 73, I mean 0.73. It's just easier to say that way. But yeah, we're down 0.72%. Pretty deep. That is also why I've been wanting to short the market and why I actually warned everyone on Friday about the QQQ 168 puts that I saw. But today was just such a choppy session where basically just didn't want to be in any position, really. So we didn't have anything. But anyways, let's look at SPY. So here's SPY. I'll zoom in. This was today. The section in black. And this is after hours. Looking pretty ugly, right? Just check the YouTube real quick. Alright. You guys haven't said anything, so moving on. As you can see, today SPY tested this area of 274. It held, it bounced, but we came back down basically flat end of the day. And now in futures trading, we basically was flat, and then we eventually broke down here. You see this? This is a breakdown right here. This will be a cause of concern tomorrow. We went over this SPY chart earlier in regards to NVIDIA. So let's just put more focus on SPY now. Here's the daily again on SPY. Here's what's worrisome. You break this 274 area, as you can see, and we're in danger of basically seeing 272, 270, which was our low from 10/11 and 10/12, October 12 and October 11. So tomorrow is a dangerous day. We probably open, let's say we open at 273, we probably drop down to 272. On the 272, maybe see you at 270. So get your trigger fingers ready. And if we bounce off 272, maybe we see 274, but then we eventually come back down, in my opinion. Also the daily, huge volume, decent volume, low volume drop, huge bounce, but on low volume, no follow through, volume drop, increased volume drop, Overall, fucking choppy session. Excuse my French. On low volume. And it looks like we're opening lower tomorrow. Let's take a look at it. Let me make the chart a little more chunky for you guys. There's a 15-minute. This was our day today. After hours. Boom. Breakdown right here. Not looking good. Here's the ES chart. I know Option Pros 2 loves using ES because there's so much data on it. And here's ES. See this? Under this 240, 2741. Danger, man. We come to 2732, which we're only 4 points away. And I'll see you guys at the lows again. Which is why we haven't been wanting to, throw on trades overnight, bullish or bearish. Although I am bearish right now, at least until we retest this low and see if we can actually make an actual rally, or we might break lower. So yeah, guys, careful tomorrow with SPY and overall markets. Probably see a down day, down open at least. I guess we could end it here. I think we did an hour full. Does anyone have any questions? Quick questions or concerns? If you guys have Thinkorswim, also I could give you guys a script, a custom script that you guys can put in. That might help. You're welcome, guys. Yeah, for sure. See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully everyone else takes some time to look at the video, because I think the max amount of people in here were like 12, 13, or 15, something like that. We'll try to do more of these. We'll see what works best for everyone. Seems like a lot of people enjoy the step-by-step reviews, where we block out the data so you don't see it, and then you need to figure it out yourself. And then it's also pretty interactive. But I think these live sessions can help also, because you can see how the charts are, where labeled resistances and supports, what to look for, how to look for it. And then Option Pros 2 videos are pretty informative, since he goes over what he's looking for, how he looks for things, trends he sees and such. Yeah, Ben, Thinkorswim is awesome. So before we go, something that I like, using is this. Let me show you on the chart real quick. So the rectangle thing I was using, it's pretty fun to use. So like, for example, let's see if I can find any patterns here. Well, today's pattern was shit, so let's look at another pattern. Maybe this pattern right here. So like you can use this rectangle thing to like basically highlight a section, say this section. If it breaks down, you can possibly see it go lower. Breaks up, you can probably see it go higher. Not, crazy tool to use, but the more you mark up your charts, the better you see things, in my opinion. Just like these lines. See these lines? Support, 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 resistance, resistance. But now look, what if I didn't have the lines? Now what? Just by looking at this chart, can you tell where the resistances are? Can you tell where the supports are? Not really, man. I mean, you can look here and then try to measure it here, but do you actually know where it is? You know? You gotta do your homework. Label your charts. Label your charts. Know where areas could bounce, where things could support, 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 resistance, resistance, resistance. I think a lot of traders don't do this and they don't know what the heck they're looking for. Like price levels, they don't know where we're aiming for, down or up. But alright guys, let's call it a night here. We had a nice hour or so session here. Hopefully more people join us next time if we do this. I'll post a chart up in a Slack group. Alright guys, have a good night.